Our next presenter is the founder and CEO of Talus Ridge, a company that focuses on improving comfort and efficiency for users of heavy ballistic gear. With her emergency response background, she created the Ballistic Carrier Support Platform, initially for law enforcement, but now also aiding military, first responders, and athletes. Talus Ridge's modifiable fitment design ensures adaptability to various body types, enhancing both comfort and performance. This innovation has established Talus Ridge as an industry leader in gear fitment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sara Ford.
Thank you. So we hear things all the time like groundbreaking, an emerging, breakthrough, notoriously hard, a challenge. All of these words represent one thing, and it's knowing that a change is ahead and being completely unsure of what it's going to take to get to your success. So I'm Sara Ford, and I am the founder and CEO of Talus Ridge, where comfort meets courage. This started about 6.5 years ago. It's kind of cool that we're in the same kind of timeline with Cadre. I lost a trooper. I was a dispatcher with the Highway Patrol, and I had a trooper get shot in the face. He was not wearing his body armor, and the state deducted from the life insurance to his wife because he was not wearing his body armor. I'd spent 15 years in insurance before that, so loss mitigation was very important to me. And so I set out to solve a problem that was created because someone had a Superman complex. So one of the biggest reasons, and I'm sure you'll understand this for all of you who've worn body armor, that on the law enforcement side, that they were not wearing their body armor was because it was a confidence issue, and because they had heat, sweat, and smell that would build up in their body armor. So how do you address that? And the way you address it is to get air underneath the body armor. Does that shift how we do things? Absolutely. Like, we've got to design something to not only address the fitment, but also the comfort level for the warfighter. So this project started out as a little shock absorber. And I'm not going to talk too much more about it because there may be women who are either in this room or watching this that are going to be involved in the next section that I'm going to talk about, which is a human performance study. So in 2023, actually in 2022, I'm going to step back just a little bit, we had a ballistic test done to prove the effectiveness, at least the initial thought of it. And it does increase the ballistic effectiveness of body armor. It causes a shift to occur inside the body armor, allowing it to flex and catch more of the ballistic energy, which is really a novel approach to, can we address the weight of the body armor by allowing the body armor to shift differently. So imagine this. My project that I thought I was setting out to solve a heat and a sweat issue now gets classified because I have changed the way ballistics are responding to body armor. So for 9.5 months, I sat very quietly until this came unclassified. And by that point, I had been reached out to by the Army. And we were selected out of 937 companies that applied for X-Tech 7 search. We were one of the top 10. And from there, we went on to a phase 2, which is where we are today. So in this phase 2 with the Army, we are in the IRB process with Baylor University and the Geneva Foundation. And we're going to do a human performance study specific to the fitment of armor, which I know we've got lots of data on, but it's still really important that we understand what other impacts really are taking place in the armor itself. So the schedule is going to look like this. Between Fort Hood or Fort Cavazos and Fort Liberty or Fort Bragg, whichever you would like to refer to it as, we will have 100 at each location, male and female, 200 total, 100 female, 100 male, who will be assigned at their own I guess you guys volunteer people. So they have to volunteer to do this. They're going to wear a sensor for 30 days with their normal gear, and we're going to collect the data on that. And then after 30 days, we'll have a washout period where they're not wearing anything except for their normal gear. So we can go through what does that look like. And then 30 days later, we're going to have them to wear our system under the body armor so that we can do the comparative data analysis between the two, which is really important. We need to see, is there a gap? Is there something we need to adjust? Obviously, we've got a lot of attention from the Army, and we're very thankful for that because we do think we can address specifically an issue for fitment for women as things are today. Do I want to see that everyone can have a new piece of body armor? Yes. Do I think that's going to happen in the next 5 years? No. So how do we address that gap between point A and point B? And I think we may be on to something as part of the solution. So we're excited about that. And I want to protect the study and what's coming because I know how impactful it's going to be for future warfighters. As much as I want to say it's going to help you today, it's probably going to be the Army of 2030 to the Army of 2035, who has the full impact of this. But we're really excited to see where this goes. And I did want to say, when people look at this, they say, well, that shock absorber looks really weird. Well, it looks like a honeycomb, which is really specific. If you look at the way bees work, they work in an environment that actually has a buzz to it, and the honeycomb actually helps to allow the sound to vibrate away from the interior of the hive. So it's the same application with the ballistic energy, right? So this specific shape, the way that the shock absorbers, they have ridges. It's part of why it's Talus ridge. The ridge actually helps to take the energy away from the body and reducing the impact to the warfighter. So we're excited about all the things that are coming. I'm going to turn it back over to you. That's what I've got. Thank you guys for allowing us to be here today. We're just super thankful for the Valkyrie group.